This image, Borderless, is a part of a series that I started in 2019 called Wish You Were Here You Are. With this work, I wanted to contribute to a contemporary representation of motherhood that embraces its complexities, and to explore my thinking about photography itself, which includes the relationship between truth and illusion in photography, as well as current and historic artistic representations of mothers. For this series in particular, my process is very much tied up in the meaning of the work. I developed a ritual of photographing with large format color film, printing the image, and then bringing that photographic print back to part of its original context and rephotographing it. Sometimes rephotographing once, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times. And what you're looking at are photographs of photographs ultimately. I don't use digital manipulation to combine them. There's a physical layering happening in the making of each image, which connects to the layered experience of motherhood, both literally and metaphorically. So here in Borderless, it's less obvious that you're looking at a photograph of a photograph. I made this image of my sons and myself at the beach with my view camera. I scanned that developed negative and printed that image on paper physically, and then layered that print with sand from the beach that we'd been on and rephotographed it. I ended up adding another layer to the print with the white thread-like material that you see covering our eyes. It's actually 3 small paper shavings of the white border on the original print that I cut off with an X-Acto knife, connecting to its title, Borderless, of course, removing the border. But I also love the delicate paper slivers that were left behind. And when I added them to the surface of the print, they really reinforced this concept of connectedness. And also it reminded me of the idiom of the tie that binds. So, we're all these connected yet separate beings, and there's a kind of harmony in that. What's problematic about the harmony or perceived harmony in families is the closeness, the connectedness, is that the lines between, a mother and her children specifically can become blurred, can compromise, her sense of individuality and personhood. And I think many mothers go through a period of time or multiple periods of time where they kind of question, their identity or who they are. And I think, again, losing a sense of self is easy to do when you are rising to the expectation, consciously or not, to be an ideal mother. So again, the expectation to be a saintly, all-sacrificing mother who can do it all is still an underlying narrative that is reinforced through representations of motherhood and how our society is structured. It's what it's still built on, with a lot of inequity. So, I think the idea of Borderless really, isn't about, a negative kind of view of motherhood or a positive one. It's definitely meant to encapsulate, the complexity of it all. And it's a lot of different things. And I hope to continue the conversation and expand the representation of this beautiful, complicated, life-giving and life-changing experience.